Big poppin', money in the bank coming, dropping a deposit. Having it my way, so I got these bitches watching. Steady getting to it, couldn't fit it in my pocket. Flexing everything, baby, tell me big poppin'. Money in the bank coming, dropping a deposit. Having it my way, so I got these bitches watching. Steady getting to it, couldn't fit it in my pocket. Flexing everything, baby, tell me what the tap is.
What's poppin', everybody? It's your favorite doctender, that girl Henny, and I'm back. Yes, I know that I just finished doing a live where I broke down how Keefe D is petitioning the Supreme Court of Nevada because he is trying to get his case thrown out and make the Tupac case disappear forever. But I had to come back and I had to pour this up. Now, I know that this is not the normal time that I am usually up pouring Henny. You know, I'm on the East Coast, but I figured, West Coast vibing. I haven't been on Wack neck in a minute. Hey, beast the teeth. Before I put these court docs up here on the screen, I just want to take a moment to say shout out to Beast, okay? Because, without Beast, none of this would be possible right now because I wouldn't be giving a damn about what was going on in the Wack sector. But it seems like every time I take a step back from the sector, he just comes back and he reminds me that I can't take my foot off of Wack's neck, not even for 1 second. And if you are affiliated with Wack, that means that my foot is on your back as well. And as you all know, that no jumper brawl that happened last year in 2024 in December, baby, I told y'all that this was going to come back and it was going to bite Adam in the ass so hard. Or should I say that it's going to bite him in the white pickle? Yeah, I said that. Y'all will understand why I said that in a minute. Now, everybody has been looking for the police report on the incident because the police report names Wack 100. And while I don't have the whole police report, and to my understanding, unless you are a person that is named in that case, you can't get the police report. Well, they should have put that stipulation in when it came down to the court case. Now, let me get my screen the way that I like my screen so that we can get to pouring this up, baby, because I don't want to hold y'all for too long, but I want to hold y'all long enough. All right? All right. Do y'all mind? Do y'all mind? Y'all don't mind, right? I know y'all don't mind. Do you mind if I stroke you up? Do you mind if I stroke you down? All through the night, I can't sing, so don't come for me. Anyway, let me go ahead and let me just I got to make me another one of these because I just love this right here. Anyway, all right, let's spread this out just a little bit. Let's spread it like Wack booty meat. Oh, that didn't even sound right. Pause. Sorry, fellas. I know y'all like, what? Whoa. Mega pause. So, as y'all can see, Jay Reed is using the services of Morgan & Morgan. Yes, honey. As y'all can see, your girl is not fronting. I may tell you a joke, but I will never tell you a lie. So here is the official court documents for Jay Reed. And he is suing White Pickle LLC, Adam Graham Mason, doing business as No Jumper Podcast, a California corporation, and those 1 to 50 inclusive. And he's demanding a jury trial, and he's suing for premises of liability, negligence, assault and battery, negligent hiring, retention, supervision. He's also suing for negligent entrustment of premises. Now, I know if you are like me, you sitting back wondering, well, where the hell is Wack 100 Cash McElroy Jones in this? Well, it looks like Jay Reed said he's a brokey. He's a brokey because he's not suing him. However, we seen Wack name all over that police report. So that means that Jay Reed said, while I ain't gonna hit your pockets, I'm gonna press these charges. Jesus. Salute to Stand On It Media and everybody that is in the chat. So now let's get into it, okay? So plaintiff Jermel Reed is and at all times mentioned herein a resident of the state of California. Defendant White Pickle LLC owner is and at all times relevant was the owner of the real property located at 2508 North Ontario Street in Burbank, California, in the county of Los Angeles, California. Okay. Defendant Adam Graham Mason, also known as Adam 22, is thereafter Graham Mason and at all times relevant owned White Pickle LLC, including the property located at 2508 North Ontario Street in Burbank, California, and operating a business or organization on the property known as No Jumper, a podcast. Plaintiff is informed and believes and therein alleges that defendants does 1 through 50 inclusive were at all times relevant. The agents, employees, property managers, tenants, security personnel, or otherwise responsible parties acting within the scope of their agency or employment with defendants, and each is in some manner liable to plaintiff. Okay, so he don't care if you was sweeping the floor, if you was cleaning the parking lot or taking out the trash. Baby, if you was down there at No Jumper, Jay Reed is on your ass. Okay. The true names and capacities of those 1 through 50 are presently unknown to plaintiff, who therefore sues said defendant by fictitious names. Plaintiff will amend this complaint to allege their true names and capacities when ascertained. So that also means that all of y'all that was out there, all of them that was out there, I don't know if they was a part of that little IBM crew and all of that, that was going down and around out there. But he's saying, when I find out your names, I'm going to put y'all names in this case too. On or about December 26, 2024, plaintiff was lawfully present on the premises located at 2508 North Ontario Street in Burbank, California, when plaintiff was violently assaulted and battered by agents, employees, guests, and or affiliates of defendant White Pickle LLC, owned or controlled by defendant Adam Graham Mason. At all times, defendant White Pickle LLC and or defendant Graham Mason knew or in the exercise of responsible care should have known that its agents, employees, affiliates, and guests had a history of violent, criminal, or dangerous conduct and posed a foreseeable risk of harm to others. Now, what he's basically saying in those words right there is, baby, you knew that who you had on your property had a criminal history. You knew they had a propensity of violence. You knew that they was dangerous, and you left them on your property. Okay, you didn't do nothing to protect anybody coming up there. That's what he's saying. All right. Defendant White Pickle LLC and or defendant Adam Graham Mason were aware of complaints, law enforcement activity, or other indicators that its guests, affiliates, employees, agents, and or associates created a dangerous or unsafe condition on the property. Despite this knowledge, defendant White Pickle and or defendant Adam Graham Mason negligently failed to exercise responsible care in monitoring and supervising the premises while hosting podcast events. So what he's saying is, you knew these people were like this and you did nothing to secure the property and make sure that no one was hurt while they were on your premises. As a direct and proximate result of the assault and battery, plaintiff sustained severe physical and emotional injuries, including but not limited to his body and facial injuries, resulting in bruised eyes, broken nose, and concussion, as well as mental pain and suffering, medical expenses, and other damages. Additionally, he was deprived of personal property, cash, and values in excess of $10,000. So he's saying they done stole money from him, robbed him, beat him, and caused him to have all of these injuries. And this is in excess of $10,000. Now, y'all remember when Wack 100 was up there on the No Jumper podcast, and he says that he did a little bit of calling. Thank you for the super chat, super sticker, Robin. he said that he did some asking around and digging around, and he went back up there to the no jumper and he had the watch. Yeah, that's why his name is up there on that damn paperwork now. But anyway, let's continue. So the first cause of action is premises liability against all defendants and those 1 through 50. Okay. Now, plaintiff realleges and incorporates by reference paragraphs 1 through 10 as though fully set therefore herein. In other words, he's repeating what he said in the above statement. Defendant White Pickle LLC and or defendant Adam Graham Mason owned, leased, occupied, controlled, or managed the subject premises and owed a duty of care to maintain the premises in responsibility in a responsibly safe condition and to protect foreseeable victims from criminal acts of third parties. So because you were in charge of, your ass was supposed to be taking care to make sure that none of this ever happened, and you didn't. Defendant White Pickle LLC and or defendant Adam Graham Mason breached that duty by failing to take responsible steps to secure the premises, screen invitees, licensees, and monitor activity and prevent foreseeable acts of violence. Now, let me tell you something. Let's pause right there for a second. Let me put my cursor there so that I don't forget where I was. Let's pause right there for a second, because at the end of the day, remember that when this story goes on, Adam says that he saw Jay Reed and Adam greeted Jay Reed and Adam left Jay Reed there on the property. So who did he leave Jay Reed there with, who was supposed to be in charge of the property? Oh, Beast, you're back in my live. Sit down, shut up, and don't you touch a damn thing. Period. Because you missed. I gave you a whole shout out, Beastie Boo. Because if it wasn't for you, Beast the Teeth, I wouldn't be back over here running these court docs. I would be someplace else. But I'm back over here. And that's why I'm up at this time of morning on the East Coast, a time that's not normally mine. And I'm running this content because Adam is connected to your general. And because of you, you always remind me of where I'm supposed to be. And that's right here, right on your general neck, honey. So thank you for reminding me where I'm supposed to be. Now watch as I build my numbers back up. Now let's continue. As a direct and proximate result, plaintiffs suffered the damage alleged herein. As a direct and proximate result of the assault and battery, plaintiffs sustained severe physical and emotional injuries, including but not limited to his body and facial injuries, resulting in bruised eyes, broken nose, and concussion, as well as pain, suffering, medical expenses, and other damages. Additionally, he was deprived of personal property, cash, and valuables in excess of $10,000. Second cause of action is negligence against all defendants and those 1 through 50. Okay. Plaintiff realleges and incorporates by reference paragraphs 1 through 16. Okay. So paragraphs 1 through 16 repeated. All right. Defendants, White Pickle LLC and or defendant Adam Graham Mason owed plaintiff a duty to exercise a ordinary care in the leasing, supervision, and maintenance of the premises and in the hiring, retention, and oversight of employees and agents, invitees, and lessees. Okay? Defendant White Pickle LLC and or defendant Adam Graham Mason breached this duty, and said breach was a substantial factor in causing plaintiff harm. As a direct and proximate result, plaintiff suffered the damage alleged herein. As a result and proximate result of the assault and battery, the plaintiff sustained severe physical and emotional injuries, including but not limited to his body, facial injuries, resulting in bruised eyes, broken nose, and concussion, as well as pain, suffering, medical expenses, and other damages. Additionally, he was deprived of his personal property, cash, and values in excess of $10,000. So underneath these three causes of actions, we're looking at 30,000 or we'll be at 2. Okay, so yeah, all right, let's go. Third cause of action, negligence, hiring, retention, supervision. Now, this is where everybody that was outside, we were already hearing about invitees and leasees. Okay. Defendant White Pickle LLC and or defendant Adam Graham Mason negligently hired, retained, and or supervised employees and agents known or responsibly suspected to pose a danger to third parties. As a direct and proximate result, you know what happened. The plaintiff suffered damages alleged herein. And we know what he suffered. He suffered body and facial injuries, and he was deprived of his property and valuables in excess of $10,000, right? Fourth cause of action, defendant White Pickle LLC and or defendant Adam Graham Mason, those 1 through 50, by and through their agents or employees intentionally, unlawfully, and offensively touched plaintiff without consent. Plaintiff suffered multiple injuries to his body and face. Defendant White Pickle LLC and or defendant Adam Graham Mason's conduct was a substantial factor in causing the harm. As a direct and proximate result, the plaintiff suffered the damages alleged herein. As a direct and proximate result of the assault and battery, the plaintiff sustained severe physical and emotional injuries, including but not limited to body and facial injuries, resulting in what? Bruised eyes, broken nose, and a concussion, as well as pain and suffering and medical expenses and other damages, and was deprived of his property in values of $10,000. Additionally, said conduct was willful, malicious, and done with a conscious disregard for plaintiff's rights. Plaintiff is entitled to recover punitive damages in an amount sufficient to punish and deter such conduct. Okay. So in the prayer for relief, it's for the plaintiff prays for judgment against defendants as follows: for general damages according to proof, for medical and related expenses past and future, for loss of earnings and earning capacity, for punitive and exemplary damages, for costs of suit herein incurred, for such other and future relief as the court may deem just and proper. Demand for jury trial. Plaintiff hereby demands a jury trial on all issues so triable. Dated August 5th, which was yesterday. Signed by Oscar Rosler of Morgan & Morgan, Los Angeles. Now, with all that being said, Jay Reed is holding Adam and his business responsible for the assault that happened to him at No Jumper out in the parking lot. Now, I don't know if y'all remember way back when all of this first went down. And I said to y'all, I didn't know who was in the trick bag. Adam is deep in that trick bag because White Pickle LLC is the name of his business that oversees his No Jumper business, right? Right. Which means that Adam has insurance that's going to take care of whatever it is that is going on. So Jay Reed says that he's suing for $50 million. Henny Glass is in the chat if y'all was here earlier and caught that video when I talked about it and showed y'all that Jay Reed said he was suing for $50 million. That's how he said it. $50 million. But the thing is, Wack ain't on this lawsuit. But you know where Wack will probably end up? In the doze if he decides to do it. But even though he's not on the actual lawsuit, he's in the police report. So it's going to be interesting to see what comes of all of this once it goes all the way through. Now, what I can't understand is why the police report is not available to everybody. Now, I told y'all, I'm not a lawyer. I play one occasionally when I know what I'm talking about. But when I don't know what I'm talking about, I am just an around the way girl doing her thug thizzle up here on YouTube, bringing y'all all the hot henny, okay? I'm just a doc tender, okay? And a goss tender, all right? I'm just that girl, Henny. because I'm that girl. Beast, are you in my chat causing trouble? Are you in my chat causing trouble? Do I have to replay that video of you that I have? Don't make me pull that video out, because I know you ain't going to like it if I rerun it. Don't come over here disturbing our peace. Now, I done thanked you for bringing me back to the Wack sector, because that means that now I'm going to be back on Wack's neck. And that's what everybody's been asking me to do. Money cometh. What's your mama's 2 a.m. snack? And you're a glizzy tender. You're a glizzy tender. Nah, it's all good. I'm just listening. I think you actually like when I'm over here in this sector talking about your general. You know why? Because I honestly think that you do know that I'm doing my due diligence, and I'm not just out here just saying stuff and running my mouth because I got lips. I'm actually going to do my homework. Now, Beast said he's going to chill, swagger. So everybody, let's see what Beast really going to do. If he going to chill in the comments or what, because I don't think he going to like what I got to say in this live. I really don't care. Anyway, let's go back into what I was talking about. Now, if you remember back then, I was asking, because I said this to y'all. Remember when I asked y'all who was in the trick bag? Because I just couldn't figure out who was in the trick bag. And I said to y'all back then that something ain't set right with me when it came down to all of this stuff that was going on. And I told y'all that Adam was going to be holding the bag in the end, that all of this was going to fall back on his shoulders. And baby, sure enough, that's exactly what's happening. Now, I'm looking through my videos because I know I made a couple videos about this, and I would like to refresh everybody. Man, is that all right? Is that all right with y'all? If I refresh your mind just a little bit? Okay. If I can't find it, then I can't find it, because I'm not about to stress myself out about it neither. Because I seen it earlier. That was when he got called out in court. That was funny. Anyway, there's not going to be anything that Wack or anyone will be able to do to get Adam out of this pickle. Pun intended. This pickle that he is in right now when it comes down to it. Run the clip. Run which clip? Which clip you saying run, swagger? Money cometh, you're a weirdo. Why are you here? You come in here and say the most weirdest shit. But anyway, you said refresh. Thank you, Island Beauty, for the super chat. I appreciate you. Yeah, I'm trying to run it. Okay, because I synced it. I synced it earlier because I said I was gonna play it. Child, do you know how many videos I actually have? I got a lot of videos, and I got a lot of videos on Wack at that too. Because I've been on Wack Neck for a long, long time. Oh no, that's the video. Now I do want to say this. Don't forget that Jay Reed is a Megan's Law contender. He's on the Megan's Law list. So I don't know how I feel about that. Okay. Is this it? I don't even know if this is it. Because I was talking about sweetie. Well, I'll just share it anyway. Come on. We up late. It's the late night. We ain't got much to do or say. Let's hear what I said back then. I believe this is when he was throwing Wack under the bus. I can't hear it. Can y'all hear it? That man said, I am happy to be alive today. That man said he is happy to be alive. That man said after he said all of that he was happy to be alive today. Do you understand? He said he was happy. Hold on a second, y'all. I remember that. The way they beat that man out there. All right, so now we're gonna get into his side of why he was there at No Jumper. Okay, let's hear what he got to say.
And let's go with this. Let's start like this. Like I said, I've been dealing with Loose Cannon and Wack for the past few months, already trying to do a joint venture with Dash Network. For those that don't know, Dash Network is a network that's up and coming. That's
y'all still can't hear. Henny glasses in the chat. If y'all okay, I already said I got thumbs up. Y'all can hear. All right. Here you go. Let me bring it back just a little bit.
How we came up on the situation. I know Loose Cannon, so I try to connect the dots and put Loose Cannon and Mozzie together and make this connection work with the new exposure show. So we're talking about bringing exposure show onto the Dash Network. So we've been in many conversations, many text messages, online, you know what I'm saying, conversations. We've been talking. We've been going out. We do our thing.
So basically, Jay Reed is saying that, listen, he's homies with the person who owns Dash Network. They're trying to make this deal go through where they're doing this show called The Exposers. Okay, so he links Loose Cannon up with his friend Mozzie, I believe is the name that he said, for them to start collaborating on this show called The Exposers. Now, let me tell y'all something about that, because that was the story that Jay Reed was telling back then, right? Let me just refresh everybody, because I did do this earlier tonight, but I'm going to run it back one more again for y'all, because there was some of y'all that wasn't in here when this, when I originally played this from off of my IG.
That's your boy Mozzie, CEO of Dash. I just wanted to address some shit with the Jay Reed situation. Jay Reed, stop the capping online, man. You had no dealings with Dash. You're not a part of Dash. I met you one time. That was it. I don't even know. You came with some people that I know, with Travis, you know. But as far as you saying you had dealings with Wack 100, with me, you had no dealings with us. So whatever situation you got going on with Loose Cannon or whatever happened or whatever whatnot went through has nothing to do with Dash, nothing to do with us at all. None of my dealings and partnerships and
hey, Muddy,
nothing to do with that, man. So change the narrative, bro, because you're capping. And I had to say it because I'm getting too many people hitting me up about this whole situation. And, you know, I didn't even go out there.
So Mozzie is saying that he don't know him, but like I showed everybody in a previous video earlier, I was showing people the comment section on this video, and Travis is in the comment section on this video, and he's saying that
yo, check it out, your boy Mozzie. See,
why it won't show my comments now. Anyway, Travis Ford was down in my comment section and said that he had met Jay Reed 8 years ago, and that Jay Reed mentored him and helped him to get his life into a better place. But that, you know, Mozzie and them, they don't know nothing about him. And Mozzie said, because I had said, looks like nobody knows Jay Reed, and you know, nobody knows where he came from. So Travis Ford stepped up in the comment section and said, yeah, I know him. Mozzie said he don't know him. Of course, you know, Wack don't know him. Wack don't never know nobody, okay? He never knows nobody. I don't know him. I don't know her. I don't know them people. But let's continue. Let's listen to what the video is saying while I try to find the other one. That they have been in communications with each other. So this is not something, it's not like some stranger came up there or somebody came up there on some rah-rah. This is somebody who had business has been conducted with behind the scenes. Like I said, look at this photo. You see Wack, you see Jay Reed is the one that is circled, and you see Loose right there in the center of this picture.
For me to come up there and just be a nobody, you know, that's just out of line. That's a false narrative. And I don't want y'all to believe that. I don't want y'all to think I'm somebody that just reckless like that and walking out there and coming up on somebody's property, not doing what I'm doing. I was called for some business. I was there to handle my business, bring 2 companies together, which is 100 ENT and Dash Network together. That's what I was there for.
Okay. So when you get there
now, so let me just say this, because now he said that he was up there. You know, he's next to Loose Cannon. The connection between him and Loose Cannon came out in the midst of all of this. And to me, for me personally, I feel like, hey, Shakia, I feel like Loose Cannon invited him up there to that studio. And I think that Loose planned on making him content. Do I feel like Wack was 100% innocent in this? I do not. Because even though he says that he was against the wall and that they put him in the Mercedes, if y'all remember, now when I come back live tomorrow, I will have all of my clips together for y'all from my videos, because I know that I had this stuff lined up perfect in my videos. Okay. Wack was not inside of that Mercedes truck that was out there. Okay. He wasn't in the truck. The lights to the truck didn't come on until Jay Reed was stumbling out the alleyway. And the other dude, I forgot it, Marcelo, he was laying on the floor, stripped butt bunkie in the alleyway. And he was beat worse than Jay Reed was, because we were told that he was in a coma. So now I'm interested to know, is this other dude getting ready to file a lawsuit against Adam 22 as well? And why isn't Wack 100's name in this lawsuit is what I want to know. Are you just trying to bring him up on charges? Marciano, okay, I was right. Thank you for 420 Palm. Because at the end of the day, Wack was standing right there and did nothing. And that's just as bad as being, to me, that's just as bad as somebody who actually did all of that beating and stripping. I don't know if y'all remember the first time y'all saw that video, but I remember when I opened my eyes and I saw that video, I was like, oh my God, Jesus. They pistol whipped them and stripped them naked. They pistol whipped them and stripped them naked. And they stripped Marciano, but booty naked. You know, I also wonder if this was a play put together by Loose Cannon. I don't want to say that Jay Reed was in on it because he got pistol whipped, but why, if Jay Reed was the person that they had, if somebody, yes, you can get in trouble for that, beast. But let me stay on topic and get not getting them comments. If Jay Reed is the one who Loose Cannon knew, why did Marciano get beat as bad as he did? I still feel like there's a play at foot. I just can't put my finger on who started the play. That's what I want to know. And Loose Coochie Ashley is up in the Click Click City. He in that federal and he ain't coming home. Now, if he come home, we know he's snitching. And I know that what's his name, Eddie Boy, had said that Loose Cannon wasn't in the court or had went to court without everybody. I brought y'all the paperwork before they even brought y'all the paperwork. But because I haven't been out here in these streets in the Wack sector the way that I was before, a lot of people didn't even realize that I had already put that paperwork out and showed everybody that Loose Cannon was in attendance along with everybody else when Big U and all of them went to court a couple weeks ago. Loose Cannon was there. And Loose Cannon is the only one that has had some representation that was clocked in, I think, as a personal lawyer at the moment. But let's not forget, when it comes down to the Big U case, we're going to find out on the 13th, hopefully, if they don't seal everything. We're going to find out what's going on and what's going down, if not on the 13th, shortly thereafter, if somebody leak it. Because you know how this thing goes when it comes down to cases. Things get leaked all the time. Henny, will you be reading the lawsuit if Trump's administration brings charges to Obama? I will, but we talking about Wack and Loose and Jay Reed, and we over on the West Coast. We on the West Coast. Rico Zotam is near. He's been evading a cell for years now. Well, at the end of the day, here's the thing. Only thing I could see, if I'm going to be honest with y'all, the only thing that I could ever see coming up out of this is maybe if there are charges pressed, if Jay Reed is pressing charges, then maybe there might be some criminal court that might be coming up for Wack, but Wack is not named in the lawsuit. Jay Reed is going for Adam because that is Adam's business. That is Adam's property. And so he's going for Adam. And he knows Adam has that insurance. So he's going for that insurance money. But he has not brought Wack up on a lawsuit. Text would suggest that the individual is somehow connected to a police network investigation. And P&I is described as a strategy to eliminate violence and other crime issues in a certain area. P&I focuses on identifying and targeting problematic micro-locations to disturb to disrupt criminal networks. So it's a P&I. So basically that's the place where it happened. Listen, I can't stand the air that man breathes or the clicking of his dentures because of the fact that he said what he said against me. Now, if y'all notice, when Wack made that little subtle threat, I don't know the lady. But what I do know is she live up there in New York. And all I'm saying is if something happened, I don't have nothing to do with it. Bro, don't threaten me. Don't threaten me over content because I'm pulling public records, because I'm pulling court documents and court cases. And guess what? I was calling his ass out over that game shit, and look what happened. When his peoples was sitting up asking him, the girl Henny, do you know who that is? No, who is she, a blogger or something? No, I don't know who she is. The game case spilled, and what did he say? He ain't paid her a dime. I pulled the paperwork, and what happened? The game had paid her some stuff. I pulled the paperwork, and what happened? We found out why he wasn't paying her, because there were shell companies. And then what happened? The house of cards collapsed. First of all, I ain't start shit. All I did was pull that transcript and pull the game's court case. And your general got angry. He's biased as hell. And from there, it was up. No, you're not being honest, because I pulled on Wack. And then when y'all started going to him, asking him, did he know me and all of that, and telling him what I was pulling on him, then all of a sudden he got upset because I kept pulling court documents and y'all kept bringing my name up, and he kept getting upset, and that nigga made a threat against me. I don't give a damn over content, my nigga. You did the shit. He did the shit. I ain't put his name on that paperwork. I didn't put his name on that RICO. Neither one of them. Civil RICO or not, as we just saw with the Cassie case, you file a civil federal lawsuit, a law case. You file a lawsuit if you want to in them federal buildings. The right Fed just might lay eyes on it, and then the next thing you know, you involved in a real RICO. I ain't tell him to go over there messing with Jared Milgram, or go over there messing with Jaron Harrison, or to create them shell companies and move money for the game, where the game ultimately ended up losing his house. I ain't tell him to do bad business to where Blueface is now in the debt and he's coming home to about $18 million in the hole. I ain't tell him to do none of that shit. And guess what? I'm still with Deuce and them. If anything, if I'm going to be honest with you, B, since you want to go there, if I'm going to be honest with you, the real reason why I started getting on him is because I got tired of him lying on the girl Krishan. Always picking on that little girl. That girl is old enough to be his child. Okay? And at first, it started out with me just catching him contradicting himself. But then when I started digging in court docs, because he always pulling somebody else's court docs, and boom, I started finding all types of shit on Wack. That's where I found him defrauding the church. That's when the whole thing with the games transcripts and how he got up there and started telling people how he did crooked business. That's not his house, though. That's not his business. If he paid, let me tell you this, if Wack paid even an ounce of as much attention as he paid to where Blueface sticking his dick, then maybe Blueface wouldn't be in the situation that he's in now. But he's so busy being involved in that man's personal relationship that the business is falling to the side. That man is getting ready to come home from jail with a lien on his house for $16 million. Let's start there. Then he owes Soulja Boy's baby mama. He lost a lawsuit with them. Then this man lost $1.17 million in a civil suit not too long ago. But he can get on here and talk about Krishan and her baby and all of that. He do bad business, man. He do bad business. He bad for business. That's his artist. That ain't his son. Oh, yeah, that's right. Ripped off the Australian company all across seas and all of that. Like, come on, bro. Get out of here. He do that shit. And it still don't justify him threatening me. So if he want to threaten me, I'm going to keep putting my foot on his neck. Wack know my channel. If he ever got anything to say, he can come on my channel. No, he started that because he should have minded his business. He should have minded his business. Listen, look here. Ain't no other managers in their artist's personal life this way. Y'all remember Love and Hip Hop when it first came on and Jim Jones and Yandy and Chrissy was all on there? Didn't Jim Jones get rid of Yandy because she was too much in his personal business and it was causing a ruckus with his girl and he got rid of Yandy? Yeah, that ain't his business. That ain't his business. No, at the end of the day, he could pick on somebody his own age. I'm around Wack's age. I'm younger than Wack. But I'm right up there around his age bracket. He could pick on somebody. He could pick on me. I ain't got shit for him to pull up and dig up. Ain't shit that you could say or do that would embarrass me because I already put my shit out there. And that's the difference between me and a lot of other people. I ain't got no smut on my name. So I could do and say whatever. I ain't got no smut on my name. Him, he got smut on his name. Okay? From putting his hands on Kim and getting a restraining order, having a restraining order on him. Yeah. Yeah. Here's a little secret for you, Beastie Boo. I used to be, and matter of fact, I'm still in 100 ENT. But you'll never know. I was in 100 ENT when Wack first started it. When Wack first went to Clubhouse, I was on Clubhouse. That was back when you had to get an invite to get on Clubhouse. And I think you had to have an iPhone to be on Clubhouse. So yeah. And as a matter of fact, Wack follows my other page on Clubhouse because I go way back on Clubhouse. I don't go in there. I don't go in there. I was there before Wack started being what he is now. When the 100 side used to be cool. Before he started doing all of this exposing of everybody. Huh. I ain't dealing with nobody on the Hunter side. I don't talk to nobody except for Beast and Bullets Gotti's. And Bullets Gotti stopped coming to my page because I told him, you from New York, nigga, I know. He don't come over here fucking with me. But look at you. You embarrassing yourself in the comments. And what did I say to Diddy? I ain't say nothing bad about Diddy. All I did was state the truth. See, that's your problem. Y'all don't like the truth. But like I said, Wack made an indirect threat to me, a backhanded threat to me to try to make it seem like he wasn't making a threat, but I heard it. I heard it. And I'm going to stay on his ass. It ain't content when you start threatening people. It ain't content. Listen, let me tell you something. I've never talked about Wack's kids. I've never done any of that. I have limits. Now, he's never talked about, no, Diddy catching strays from Beast. Anyway, I've never talked about Wack's son. I've never done any of that stuff. Because I do have limitations. I've kept it on Wack and the shit that Wack has done. And I've never made no threats against Wack. Wack got in his feelings and made a threat against me. A woman. A woman. A woman. John, who you talking to? Who you talking about? Because you definitely not talking about me, John. You got to be talking about Beast. And if you talking about Beast, Beast is the dude. Beast, y'all got a file on me. Run your file. I ain't got shit in my file. Run my file. First of all, bitch boy, you ain't talking about me. It wasn't nobody talking to you. You could see your way to fuck up out my chat, or you could be helloed from the other side, you hoe ass nigga. It's after hours and I don't give two shits. Play with me. Say something else. Say something else. Bye, bitch nigga. Anyway, back to you. So women allowed to start shit but not receive backlash. That ain't what I said. It would be different if Wack was coming at me. Wack ain't coming at me. First of all, he ain't coming at me because he can't. He can't. That's number one. Number two, this is all content. Just like he can pull on other people, why can't anybody pull on him? Why he getting his feelings when he gets pulled on? Thank you for the super chat, Shannon, but they're not even worth it because that ain't even my regular sector. This is my regular sector. I know all these people over here. So that's more than backlash that you talking about, Beast. You talking about a whole bitch ass threat from a bitch ass nigga. I don't take lightly to that shit. You lucky you got this much time and attention out of me. You lucky. Because any other time I'd have put you out real quick and you know it. So I'm glad. Pipe down, little daddy. You going real hard for somebody who don't do shit for you. Let's talk about that. Who has embarrassed you throughout the years. You going real hard for him. I wish a nigga would put me off the stage, embarrass me, little boy me in front of everybody. I started to say that. You got it. I'm done. You need to delete that video. My people seen that about me. I'm not deleting shit. You came over here on time and on me. Okay? You keep coming over here, popping it, popping it, popping it. Now, I gave you time tonight. Time that I normally would not have. Time that my moderators would not normally have allowed you to get over here in my video. You got a little bit of shine and attention. But ask yourself this when you look in the mirror. Ask yourself, what the hell has he done for you that has benefited you and catapulted you into another plateau? Because you want to know what I see? I see you over in Good Burger, and I see you in the 100 ENT, and I see you on Clubhouse all day long talking. Then I see you in my comments. I see you in Smoked Out comments. I see you in people comment sections. Who is we? You don't run the internet on shit. Who gives a shit about being on No Jumper? You ain't been a reoccurring character. Are you sitting up there on the couch in the morning with Flacco? Oh, no, you're not. But guess who helped Flacco get there? Your general helped Flacco get there. Your general is passing off opportunities and partnering up with academics. You went on No Jumper one time, buddy. Once. That's your claim to fame. But are you a top podcaster, Beast? Is your YouTube channel generating money? You're not even a part of his team that clips up content. What are you, a spy? I got spies too. I got a team too. And you see, my team is thorough. We'll pull on anybody. You see, I got the content tonight. You see, I got them court docs tonight. My team is unfuckwittable, and best believe I got a file on YouTube, boo. You want me to pull your records? Do you want me to go into this email and pull your records, Beast, and turn this into a Beast expose? Because I can and I will. Would y'all think y'all the only ones that can get paperwork? Y'all think y'all the only ones that can check on people and pull their records and find out and figure out shit? Y'all ain't the only ones that can do it. You may have more people than me, but we do the same shit y'all do. I don't hate men, baby. I love men. I love men. Real men. Yeah, you want me to go pull this up? You want me to go pull the file that's on my computer? You want me to pull it? You want to go file for file? Because I bet you can't even find a fucking ticket on me. On paper, I'm clean as a motherfucking whistle. So what you really saying? Oh, that's what I thought. Did I say that? No, there's no videos of you fighting in prison. However, there's audio of you saying that you were pulling knives out your ass. Do you want me to keep going? Because if you want me to keep going, I'll keep going. Because see, now you threatening me with a good time talking about y'all got files on me. Y'all gonna pull it, baby. Pull it. Pull it. And it better be motherfucking real. It's you. It's your voice saying that. You said it. You said it. You said it. You said it. I didn't say it. You said it. You said it on Clubhouse. You said it, my dear. Thank you, Muddy. You said it. Did he finally leave or he's still here? Anyway. He said knife in the bunghole is wild. Facts, true crime legacy. That's a fact. Listen, we heard you with our own ears. The audio still exists. The audio still exists, my man. Not jangling, jangling. Yeah, he checked out after that one. He checked out after that one. I gave him what he was looking for. He wanted a little bit of attention, so he got his little bit of attention. Okay? Came in here windmilling. I mean, the feet and the hands was just going. Leave my general alone. Nigga, your general started with me, okay? And I put one foot on neck, one foot on gas, and been on go ever since on him. Ever since on him. That man done called me a bitch and all types of things. Why? Because I was pulling stuff on you. And because I keep up with your cases. Oh. Because I see through the bullshit. Let me tell you something. I salute any female that is out here with their foot on Wack's neck, but I can confidently say ain't nobody been stomping in this sector the way that I'm been stomping in this sector as a female. Period. I came in this sector, kicked the door in, and I've been standing on my square ever since. Okay, I may step back, take a break, because talking about Wack can get exhausting after a while. But when I come out, I dumb out and I come out swinging. I have respect in the sector, and I've got respect for other people in this sector too, because they didn't have to embrace me, but they did. And I stand tall and stomp with the big dogs over here in the Wack sector. He's talking about I was being biased. So telling the truth is biased? I guess you can say that. Being truthful is biased because you err on the side of truth. I ain't never lied on Wack. I ain't never spun no false narratives on him. I've kept the focus on him. And I don't run with just anything because it's Wack. I've even said that, I hate to say it, but there's times when he was on point and I had to agree with, I'm about to throw up. I can't believe I said that out loud. He just learned the word today. Listen, he came over here. He got what he wanted. And I hope he's happy. And I hope he remembers that every time he comes over into this channel. Now, he ain't going to stop my live and get my attention, but it's just that we was already done talking about the content. And so I was like, I looked at my watch. I got time today. It's almost 3:00 in the morning on the East Coast. Okay. So I'll be going to bed very, very soon. But it's a fan at this point in time. He got his notifications on, y'all. He got his notifications on because he he up in this live. He can talk about my little bitty numbers right now, but y'all know all I got to do is start getting consistent and start putting out the content the way that I put out the content, and I'll be back. He's trying to expand his English. He's tired of people calling him dumb. He still sounded dumb. Because you see what I'm saying? He couldn't even answer the question when I asked him, what has he done for you? How is he taking you to the next level? He hasn't. You don't even have a YouTube channel that's popping. He don't even host a 100-side show. He's not even one of the media team that clips up shit and puts it up on their channel and makes a profit off of it. I know he ain't a spy that's out here digging up shit, talking about we got a file on you. Put the file out and it better be real. Because if it ain't real, I'm going to hit all they asses with a fucking defamation of character. Play with me. Play with me. Play with me. If Wack had something to say to me, Wack know where my channel at. Wack could bring his childbearing hips and his BBL over here. Why you ain't never come to the 100 side? Because I know what y'all do on the 100 side. What y'all do is y'all will bring somebody up on a channel. Then y'all try to loud mic them. You mute them. So while you yelling at them and doing all that craziness, they're muted. So they can't say nothing back. If they start going in, y'all drop them into the goo. No, I'm not going over there. See, at least over here, if I would have dropped that link and Beast would have came up here, I'd have let Beast run his mouth. And I would have went back and forth with Beast all night long till the sun came up, if that's what it called for. But they ain't going to let me go over there. As soon as they see that girl Henny is over here in this damn chat, as soon as they see my name, it's over. I ain't going over there. That's like me getting in a bright-ass neon yellow car and riding through my enemy territory with the sunroof back, driving through 2 miles an hour so everybody see me. Knowing good and damn well there's people that want to pop my top. Ain't nobody worried about them doxing nobody. At the end of the day, they ain't gonna find shit. I don't have shit. That's the whole thing. I don't have shit. The people I was around took very good care of me. Taught me very well. Protected me very well. So just know that I'm telling y'all right now on my live, Wednesday, August 6, 2025 at 2:56 a.m. on the East Coast, Henny has no arrest record. Henny has never been to prison, not as no inmate. I've been to prison as a visitor, but I've never been as an inmate. Henny has been to court in support of, but Henny's never stood before the judge. The speeding ticket that I got, the one speeding ticket that it wasn't even a speeding ticket. I got a ticket because I had my phone in my hand while I was driving. I beat the ticket in court. What we talking about? What we talking about? I don't even have an eviction on my record. What we talking about? So anything that they try to come out with on that 100 side, it's going to be a lie. That's all there is to it. It would be a lie. And you hearing that straight out the horse's mouth, it would be a lie. My team, Henny Legal, ran me through the system. I ain't got shit. So that's the difference. You ain't gonna find me in nobody paperwork. I ain't snitched on nobody. I ain't none of that. I ain't never been in the interrogation room. Never. On paper, I'm a law-abiding citizen. On paper, I'm a good girl. You just on my right. I'm on the visitation list, baby. So y'all go ahead, whatever little file y'all got or whatever little documents y'all trying to work up, baby. I ain't never worried. Henny ain't never Keefy D nobody. That's a fact. I ain't never Keefy D nobody. Hey, Shaniqua. So that's why I said run it. Run it. Run it. That's the difference. I can get up here and do this shit. That's why he won't say my name, because he can't expose nothing. He can't expose anything about me. Everybody else, he can go and pull a record or do this or do that and try to have some type of leverage over them. But even when he tries to do that, I've noticed people level him out. He's got too much smut on his name. I've been going hard at Wack for a whole year. I was going hard at Wack. Y'all know good and damn well, if Wack had something on me, Wack would have been dropped that shit. Especially being that Rico case went fucking viral. Go check my page. That Rico case still continues to be the highest viewed video on my channel at 65K views. Who told you he don't argue with females? Beast or Wack? Because we were both of them do. We've all heard Wack argue with females. Listen. He'd have been dropped it. And guess what? Now, this says a lot, because would y'all believe that I haven't been on YouTube for 2 years yet? October will make 2 years. The end of October going into November makes 2 years that I've been on YouTube as a content creator. And as a content creator, Wack 100 knows my name. Within 1 year, that man knows my name. And he can't stand me. My platform is open for a conversation whenever he wants to come over. I think that would be hella interesting. And I don't need him to come over here to give me numbers, because like I said to y'all, all I got to do is be consistent, stay on my topics, in my niches, and my numbers will go back up. So I don't need that. I'm the same person that was down there at the Diddy trial, covering that case and gained new people. What we talking about? I have a whole nother page. If I go live over there, I'm going to do all right on that page. And it's monetized. Now I'm getting ready to work on having my third page monetized. Stop playing with me. That third page get monetized, I'm on to the fourth one. Stop playing with me. For I make a whole page dedicated to Wack. Anyway, well, like I told y'all, let me put it back up on the screen for people, who just came in. Let me put it back up on the screen. And I'm also getting ready to get off of here because I'm yawning, because it's 3 o'clock on the East Coast. My mama gonna be getting up soon. Let me go ahead and let me put that up there like that. And let me go ahead and do this like so. And let me go ahead and let me pull this up here. All right. So like I said, Jay Reed is definitely moving forward with a lawsuit against Adam. He's been telling us that the lawsuit was coming. He told us last year that he was pressing charges and filing suit. And it looks like Jay Reed was not bluffing. Jay Reed actually told us what he was about to do or what was in the works. And now here we are. That incident happened in December of 2025. And now we are in August of 2026, and now we see the police report and we see the court case, and that is the official court document. Okay, that is the court document. So in conclusion in conclusion, you ain't going nowhere. I appreciate that. So in conclusion, I am on this. I am on it. Henny is on the case. Henny is on the dockets, and Henny is going to be keeping her foot on Wack 100's neck, as I always do. Okay. I am going to take some time to actually reacclimate myself with the sector, because I haven't been in the sector like that. So I really don't know what's going on. But it ain't hard to catch up. I done jumped back in at a good point, huh? That's all I was waiting for, was something to happen so I could jump right back in. Wack ain't gonna come to the bar. He will never come to my page. He ain't never gonna come to my page. You know why he won't come to my page? Because he's gonna look at it like, oh, I'm gonna give her clout. Where he fucked up at is he should have made nice with me. Not that I would ever join the 100 side, but he should have made nice to me to where I would at least have been level. But instead, you want to threaten me indirectly, talking about, oh, the lady, I don't know that lady. She in New York. Yeah, and the fact that he called me lady let me know that he's seen that video where I went in on him for calling me a bitch. He started calling me the lady. Then he did that video talking about I burp out my butt and fart out my mouth. I got boogers in my ears and earwax coming out my nose and all types of shit he was saying. We're talking about I look like I stood in front of a grill, and he called himself trying to roast me with them pre-K roasts. Boy, if you don't get out of here, you know good and damn well I am beautiful. With no surgery, I might add. Okay, Wack is right around my damn age. Why wouldn't I bully the bully? Period. I need to go get nothing done. But now if you offering, I'll take it. But I'm just saying, I don't need nothing done to my face, Jesus. Thank you, Lord, for good genes. Anyway, I guess we're going to see what's going to happen if Adam is going to address this. He used to have a mind of a 12-year-old. All I got is Apple Pay. I need Henny number for that. Trolling, not to be confused. Listen, I'm not giving up. Henny gang, is there no sound? There's sound. I'm not giving up my number. You gotta get a Cash App, okay? The Cash App and the chime is running across the bottom of the screen. Feel free to donate, okay? Donate to your local doc tender for the exclusive Henny. Anyway, I spent enough time on here fooling around with y'all. I think I went in for about an hour on Beast. Anyway, whoever's on the replay, I hope you enjoy this and you enjoy me going in on Beast or whatever, having a little conversation with Beast. I started to drop the link. I should have, and let him come up here. That would have been hilarious. Maybe next time. But anyway, in the meantime, in between time, y'all be good. How y'all be good? Remember that love is always love. And when you rest well. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace, everybody.